that the CSET exam is the bottleneck because they cannot understand the strategy. That is the main reason. Apart from that, they ignore the PYQ. Welcome everyone to the Plutus IAS. Today, I'm going to discuss about how to approach CSET. CSET has been a very problematic part of the UPSC prelims. Lot of students have this issue how to crack CSET exam, having the logical part, reasoning part, comprehension part, how to discuss that. I am here to discuss particularly about the comprehension part. Why? Because at least 25 to 28 questions come in the prelims exam from the comprehension. But it is not as difficult as it has been taken by a lot of students. Prelims just requires a lot of consistency and the practice. We'll discuss section-wise how to crack the prelims exam, especially the CSET exam, through the tricks that I'll be telling you here. First of all, why maximum people fear from the CSET? Basically, from the studies which has been done by the various institutes and also by the students, they have discovered that the CSET exam is the bottleneck because they cannot understand the strategy. That is the main reason. Apart from that, they ignore the PYQ. Why you require the strategy in the CSET exam? Because CSET exam is not about how much you know, but how you do the questions. It is also about not attending certain questions. For example, if you have 80 questions in the CSET exam is just the qualifying exam. It is just the qualifying exam. It is not asking you to attend all the questions because you just have to qualify. What is the qualifying marks? It is 66.5, or you can just take 67 to be precise, right? And to qualify the exam, you would need that which question you need to focus on more and not to focus on. Now, how to decide that whether which question I need to focus on more? It depends upon the strength of the student. For example, I come from the mathematics background for that matter, then I have to focus more on the mathematics question because that's my forte. And if that is not my forte, I'll switch to the reasoning, logical part, or maybe the comprehension part. But then it has to be the perfect mixture of each and every portion. I cannot say that I have to totally avoid the mathematics part and I will be able to qualify the exam just with the comprehension and the logical part. It has to be the perfect mixture that you have to certain at your end. Now understand this. Lack of strategy. Strategy has a lot of things required in it. For example, you need to discuss the focusing part, that which portion you need to focus more on. You need to discover your strengths. Apart from discovering the strengths, you have to discover that how many questions you have to attempt. How many questions? For example, if you are targeting 50 to 52 questions, I would prefer that 50 to 52 question is a safer side. Not more than that, not very less than that. Why? Because there are certain ambiguous questions in the UPSC whose answer key we might not know until the UPSC official key releases it. Alright, so to be on the safer side, it is very important that you should just be on the side where you can qualify the exam. Now, a lot of people, they try to do the questions without taking the cue from the PYQ. Why prelims PYQ are very essential to crack CSET. PYQ gives you the cue that what kind of questions can come from the exam. For example, if I take the mathematics question, or for example, if I take the comprehension, then I would know that what is the level of the passage. It is asking the easier question, it is asking the difficult question, or maybe the passages are coming in a smaller format or the bigger format, or maybe they are asking more inference. So everything has to be calculated through the PYQ. So please do one thing, just go back and revise the PYQ, or at least skim through the PYQ, how the PYQs are being asked, so that you can understand the pattern of the exam. Apart from that, wrong approach. Lot of people, what they do, they approach the CSET exam in a very different manner. CSET exam is not telling you that it should not be taken on the ego. For example, if certain lengthy and very complex question is coming in the CSET exam, people will be afraid, and what they do, they spend 5 to 10 minutes wasting and calculating that particular question. You don't have to do that. Skim through the question. If you are not clicking in 2 minutes, then you have to leave that part. That is the right strategy. It is not about how many questions you attempt. It is about how many right questions you did in the CSET exam. So that is the approach that you have to follow. That attitude has to be maintained within the exam. Please leave the ego outside the exam hall to crack the CSET exam. It's okay if you're not doing the most difficult question in the CSET. What is most important is that whether you are qualifying the exam or not. Apart from that, a very basic thing is, which I would say is a lack of practice. The confidence can be built only when you have practiced it more and more and more. I think the practice, I cannot stress enough on this, that practice is only the ultimate thing to get you through the CSET exam, right? You have made the CSET exam is so difficult that sometimes people appearing it just make the faults only because of that fear that CSET is difficult. But it is not that difficult, it cannot be cracked. But yes, it is an essential part, so please do not forget to practice more. Now, there are total how many questions that I discussed? There are 25 to 28 questions that we can take every year from the comprehension part particularly. Apart from that, there are the different sections that I have divided the passages into. For example, in one section I have divided in the inference and assumption questions. One is the main idea questions, and other one is the crux question. So there are three parts mainly the passages are divided into. You have to understand what the comprehension is asking about. For example, if the comprehension is asking that you have to infer, for example, it is talking about inference, what you infer from the passage. Assumption can be explicit and implicit, right? It can be mentioned in the passage or may not be mentioned, and you have to assume it. There could be either ways to identify it. Apart from that, there are the direct questions. For example, the answers are hidden in the passages itself. Then you have to read that more and more, right? So the reading habit has to be developed through how? By reading the newspaper, by reading the magazines, by reading the blogs. So you have to develop all that. And not only that, the GS exam. For example, the GS subjects that you are studying, study that thoroughly, because a lot of times the passages come from that also. Editorials from the newspapers are not to be missed particularly, and also the explained section from the Indian Express are the two reading resources that I would prefer to clear the exam. Why? Because this first develops the habit. Secondly, the vocabulary, it builds that, because the vocabulary is very essential to clear the exam, right? So, for building the vocabulary, it is utmost important to go through both the exams and the editorials in the Indian Express and the Hindu, right? This is what we have already discussed, that it is just the qualifying exam. So, yet very important. If it is just the qualifying exam, then you don't have to take it very lightly. Yet, very important, essential part of the prelims part, right? Alright. Now, these are certain snippets that you can pick from the different portions. For example, editorials, magazine, etc. You can pick certain editorials like this. You don't have to get afraid by skimming through the big passages. Now, what you have to do, for example, if I see that prima facie, what will happen? I will get afraid of such a big passage and snippet coming in front of me. Now, you don't have to afraid. You have to practice it section wise. For example, first you will take the passage of 52 only 100 words that I would prefer you to focus on, and then lately you can just develop into 200 words and then 250 words and then 500 words. This is what you have to practice. You don't have to take the whole passage at once. This will become a very humongous task for every one of you. So do not take that at one go. You have to develop the idea, the art of dividing the whole passage into the sections and focusing on it and getting the tone and essence of the passage. What is required is the essence and the tone of the passage should be understood in the first reading, right? And the vocabulary definitely has to be developed through the editorials and the explain section and the other editorials. If you have any, you can refer to them. Next, effective reading strategies. Now, how you have to read the passages? A lot of people have this thing that passages can be read in either way. It's a subjective thing, but obviously there are studies which have been done that how you have to read the passages. The passages reading is again an art that you have to learn. First, you have to scan the passage. Scanning means that understanding what the passage is telling about. Is it telling about the, for example, the environment, for example, is discussing about some major issues which are happening around. So you have to understand the scanning has to be done very, very nicely. Then you have to chunk it. For example, chunking means that you have to understand that this portion is more important. I have to focus on this. The question can come particularly from this particular two, three statements. So underline that statements. So which is what I call chunking the passage. Apart from that, you have to question. Question is obviously there, but then you have to question yourself whether I am understanding this passage in the way it has been delivered to me. So understand, ask yourself. Then one-on-one question, introspection has to be done within the time which has been allotted to you. And also keep the time limit. For example, you cannot give entire time in one passage. You have to just give maximum 5 minutes in one passage, because one passage is giving me 2.5 marks. So very, very important that you understand the importance of time in the passage. All right. Then active reading, you have to again, if you have to again do the reading, then once you just scan the passage that, okay, this is the essence, and then again you can go back to the passage and you can again do the active reading. So this is part which I am focusing on. Then the questions, and you can go back to the passage again, skim through it and answer the right question. Okay. All right. Essential elements of the English comprehension, which is identifying the keywords. For example, if it says that the environment is having degradation, then what I am doing, I am understanding the key details. For example, the passage is about what? There are two elements which are there hidden in the passage. For example, there would be an actor and there would be a supporting actor. They both will look like a similar, but then you have to understand which one is supporting what. The main idea, the main essence of the passage, which I call it as the actor, the main lead actor, and the supporting one is just that is supporting it in order to make the story. So you have to understand what is the real crux of the passage, what the passage is trying to say. All right. Apart from that, you have to analyze and interpret the passage. Interpretation could be different basis of the different people, but then the interpretation is an art that you have to develop with the practice only. This will come with time, and also you have a lot of resources that you can refer for the interpretation. All right. Now, the common pitfalls in the English comprehension. Pitfalls are that you are maybe doing certain activity while reading the passage which is not right fit for you. That's why you are getting the right answers. And while you check, you're very confident while going to the exam, but in the reading comprehension, you not able to score the marks as required, right? So therefore, first of all, you don't have to rush through the passage. Rushing is not the idea. You have to maintain some time, and I told you initially that practice will help you to calm you down and through the entire passage reading. So you don't have to rush. You don't have to overlook. Understand the keywords. Okay, it is focusing on the elections part, for example, then underline that, okay, this is the keyword. I would take this keyword and underline it at that point of time. Apart from that, do not ignore the content, do not misinterpret the question. And yes, of course, the last but not the least is the time limit. You have to stick to the time limit. It is very important. You don't have the entire day to solve the passage. So please stick to the time limit. Keep the stopwatch with you so that it can keep you under the time. Now, so you have to practice like whom? You have to practice like the Virat Kohli and the Dhoni, how they have played on the field, right? So they have given us a lot of learning while playing. They are one of the best cricketers of India. And what they have taught us, they have taught that Virat says, I'm not comparing myself with anyone. So you don't have to compare while doing the CSET practice questions. You don't have to compare yourself with anyone else. You have to compare, it's you versus you. Okay, so if you're getting the 30 questions correct today, then you have to check whether you're doing the 40 correct tomorrow. So do not compare yourself with anybody else. Just try to mark and track your progress every day. Apart from that, what Dhoni says, I have always believed the process is more important than the results. You don't have to stick to the process only, but also the way you are struggling in the process. So understand the process that you are maintaining is more important. Eventually, the results would be great for every one of you. So believe in the strategies of the Dhoni and the Virat, play like them, and also follow my tricks so that you can be better and better in the CSET. Hope you're doing well. Thank you.